Well, hello, and welcome to the last week of class, 15th week of class. I wasn't planning on doing another recording, but I figured I'd just have one to generally close out the class and tell you what to expect, as I won't have one next week. As a matter of fact, uh, the class ends on Friday. I will talk to you about, accepting the assignments, but the class does end on Friday. So we won't have a final, and we'll basically be done on Friday. What I want to do today is just go over some of the remaining things that particularly I have for this class. All right. So in front of you, first of all, your project. Said this many, 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 many times over the years. To me, this is the most important assignment of the class. Okay. You've all done well. Okay. I looked at your prototypes. I looked at I reviewed all your presentations, and I reviewed your documentation. Haven't graded yet your operational prototype, although your prototypes look good. And I've started to look at your handoff plan. Plus the fact is I looked at your presentation. So I'm starting to try to evaluate this. Um, a couple of things, one of the things that I noticed on the presentations and something I've been saying in most of my videos is that I really wanted the video to be 30 minutes. Some of you were short, but you got your points across. However, just maybe take off a few points for not really, paying attention in class, because, these videos are me having a class time for you. And I know it's kind of difficult for you to attend, but I do record this information. And so I wanted you to be able to do that. I also mentioned it in the mandatory meetings. Some of you didn't participate in the mandatory meetings, which was kind of unfortunate because I kind of directed you towards what I expected with the presentations and most of the information, and gave you some good ideas and tips towards that. So you kind of did a disservice to your team by not setting up a mandatory meeting, but that's okay. That's your option. So anyway, but what I'm going to do, as I basically sent out an announcement on this, I have set up an area, actually an assignment, and zero, you don't have to submit anything. But it has all of the videos. You should watch the video. I got a a note that I didn't respond to about that. You couldn't. Someone wanted to post their evaluation um, uh, on Sunday, and I didn't open it until Monday. Or I didn't actually open it until all the presentations were uploaded. And the reason is that part of the evaluation is that you have to watch the videos, and you have to give me some feedback on what was the best video and why. And that's what I wanted on the evaluation sheet. So that's something that particularly you're going to have to look at. So the evaluation, okay, is a spreadsheet. I want you to three things: evaluate yourself, evaluate your team members, and evaluate you know which you feel is the best video that came about, and tell me why. Okay, just don't vote and say this is, make some comments, make some good constructive criticism to your group. And as I mentioned last week, it's unfortunate, but uh, if some folks didn't participate, tell me that. Okay. Because as I mentioned last week, I'm going to be giving individual grades. It's not a group grade. So if you think that you didn't participate with your group and you're going to get a group grade because the other people worked on it, I think you should think again. And that's real important. I mean, you can't do that in the business. And that's probably the big NACE competency, is how much you cooperate with a group. And if you can't cooperate and, if you got reasons to do that, you may want to consider another profession, okay? Because that's real important. Okay, you're going to work with groups, okay? And, that's real important that you look at that. So enough said about that, okay? But I will take the evaluations very seriously and I will keep them confidential. So please, please help me out in terms of knowing a little bit more about your group because I frankly don't see that all the day as an asynchronous type of class. Okay. Um, uh, the quizzes, they'll just be accumulated. It's based on the reading. I've already graded the first case study, and I'm not going to accept anymore. I basically graded them. I haven't graded the case study with the BHP built in. And I will grade those this week. Okay. I have a cutoff date of May 4th. And for those assignments that you have and for that, okay, I kind of said May 3rd, but I'll accept up to May 4th at the end of the day. So make sure that particularly you get that plus the idea of the final case study that you put together. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Hand in all that information, do the quizzes, do your case studies, hand in your peer evaluation, all the presentation and documentation for the team group has been put together. All you have to do is go in and give me a peer evaluation with yourself, your groups, and people in your group, and what you feel is the best presentation. So, short video. Want to thank you for all your hard work. I said that in every announcement, and I do mean it. Okay, because I know how hard you work on these, and I wish you luck. I know a lot of you probably going to be graduating. I wish you luck in your profession. If you're not graduating, maybe you have me in another class. But one of the things I do is I wish you the best in terms of your career and any type of aspiration that you've been doing going forward. Okay. So thanks for the class, and that's all I have.